Welcome to the Disney Hour Express podcast. I'm Abby.
And I'm Rob. We are two hopelessly romantic Disney enthusiasts.
Sharing fun stories, secret tips, and family travel experiences.
If you are a Disney newbie, or maybe a season pass holder, we hope you find this information helpful.
We turned our love of Disney into a unique boutique travel agency that books Disney and Universal vacations.
We've got a lot of stories, so cozy on up, choose your favorite drink,
whether that be a cocktail or a hot chocolate,
and enjoy the Disney Hour Express.
Hey, Potterneers. Welcome back to the Disney Hour Express, the podcast where we bring you all the Disney news and, of course, sprinkle in our personal opinions. Today, we're talking about our favorite time of year, the holiday party season. We're diving into everything you need to know about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party for 2026.
And don't forget about Jollywood Nights.
Oh my gosh. Let's jump in and break it down. Hey, Rob.
Hey, now there's nothing like the middle of, well, we're recording this in the middle of July, talking about the holidays, right?
We are. they're right around the bend. Didn't you know?
They're right there. I mean, in actuality, like Mickey's Not So Scary starts in like a month.
I know.
So
I know. It seems.
And I mean, they're having like heat warnings in Orlando right now. So
yes.
They're like heat advisory.
So today I just deleted that meme I sent you, I think like last week, about it was a map of Florida and it was just really hot and there was an alligator wearing jean shorts and it turned around and his butt just says swamp ass.
Oh,
it's like, aww.
This is a family podcast.
It was a funny meme.
But it's a family podcast. It's so surprising that you're the one that goes blue every week now.
Rewind.
It's like the new
delete.
thing. Yeah. Oh, boy.
I mean, I feel like that tracks. It tracks.
Oh, boy.
Anyways, back to why we're here. We're talking about Disney.
Yes.
Okay. So
these are like some of the, the holiday parties have become kind of a like a feature all unto its own of Disney, right?
right. People are going just for the parties.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out. I mean, look at us. Last year we flew in just for the party and it wasn't a part of our regular trip. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal. They sell out all the time. I know the year before last year, we tried to go and it was sold out and we were super depressed. Or maybe it was 2 years prior. I don't remember.
Yes.
But we're big fans of this Halloween party. And then Rob can tell you more about the other holiday parties, the Jollywood Nights.
We will as we get to it.
Get along.
Let's kick it off with Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
So, as you said, in a month, August 7th is when this first party is. Yeah, that's less than a month. August 7th to October 31st, right? You have to have it on the 31st. And this party goes from 7 p.m. to midnight, but there's a lot surrounding those timings, right? Because what time, if you have just party tickets and not tickets to the Magic Kingdom theme park, what time are you allowed to go in?
So ticket holders for the Halloween party are allowed to go in at 4:00.
Right. Not 7 p.m. like it says. You can go in early.
The party starts at 7. You're allowed to come in at 4. So you will see a big group of people start lining up probably about 3 o'clock to get into Magic Kingdom to be the first ones through. Because even at that point, there's certain events, and with the biggest one being right up front in the Town Square Theater is the Jack and Sally meet and greet.
Yeah.
So that's where the people, you're only allowed to go into that if you have a wristband.
Right.
So it's just like regular people that are there for the day, because the Magic Kingdom is open, so there are regular ticket holders.
Right.
They cannot enter these exclusive events, which there's not a lot opened that are exclusive. It's really just like like a meet and greet. It's like the Mickey meet and greet and the Jack and Sally, but they're the only ones allowed in.
Right. So Also, you need to we're going to dive into the ticket range prices in just a second, but I just want to say these dates, you've got to take a look, because if you are traveling during this time and planning on going to the parks, you could get kicked out of Magic Kingdom at 6 p.m.? Right before this party starts, and let's say you were planning on being there all day long, like your plans have now been snafu'd unless you have a ticket to the park and to the party, right?
And if you are a regular ticket holder and you're there throughout the day, you can stay up, like I said, up until 6 o'clock. After 6 o'clock, they're going to start checking if you're getting wristbands if you try to get into a ride. They're going to, if you try to go into like any area, if you try to cross from one land to the other, they're going to be asking for wristbands, and they will, in the most polite way possible, guide you and or escort you to the gate at that point.
Super nice.
You can have a dining reservation up until about 5:55 that day. But once you're done, they're going to have there's going to be a cast member escorting you out
of the park. Yeah.
Right, of the park.
Maybe covering your eyes while you leave so you can't see anything.
Don't look at anything. Pay no attention to, Winifred and the Sanderson sisters up there performing. Yeah.
And the fireworks.
But so it's kind of like, if you just don't want to deal with any of that, it's better off to just kind of cut it early and go to another park.
I agree.
Or go back to your hotel or whatever you're going to do.
All that being said, kind of cool. Kind of cool to have a little crossover there, I think.
Yeah, no, and it's nice to have that. And that's kind of part of the appeal, is the exclusive event, right? You get these events that you can only get into during this party, but it's also going to be lower crowds.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that means, the wait times for rides and stuff are going to be lower, and we'll get into that in a little bit.
So, and also, just so you know, between this August 7th and October 31st dates, there's usually about 3 parties a week, usually, right? I think they start off slow with 2 and then add in a third day. I haven't really studied the calendar too much, but from what I recall. Yeah. Okay, so ticket prices for this, I have to say my budget was about $100 off this year. They went up in prices just a little bit. It can be between $119 and $229 depending on which night you choose.
Yeah.
Now, when you're really thinking about it, though, this is a limited exclusive event. There are no lightning lanes. There are no skipping the lines, because you don't need to. There aren't as many people. Now, there's going to be specialty rides in here that Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rob spaced out, and then I
spaced out on Space Mountain.
Space Mountain. That's going to get a little bit longer, right? Because it's a specialty ride during this time.
It does get the special Halloween overlay.
It has that special Halloween overlay. Yeah. Am I bouncing around?
No.
Were you planning on talking about these certain things?
No, not at all. So there's 3 of them. There's Space Mountain, which it's darker. There's no lights except for when we were in there.
Not just that it's there was but I've been on it where it's been pitch black, right? And so scary. Now, when Rob and I went on it with the girls, there was some sort of command center way up high that had some lights on for some reason. But usually it's really scary. Now, another one that has an overlay would be, was it the teacups have an overlay?
So it's the Mad Hatter's teacups, yes. And that just has a kind of it's more like the lights more than anything. The music's a little more mad, I guess you would call it. Other than that, the ride's the same. And then the other one is, and it's kind of Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor also has an overlay where it's kind of just there's no, because it's also a trick or treat spot.
Yeah.
So it's not really like a show. Normally Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor has like dedicated show time. It starts and it lasts for, I forget, it's like 15, 20 minutes. And then you move on and you have to wait till the next show. This is just like kind of a continuous show throughout the night. And so it's like as you're lined up getting your trick or treat candy, which we'll talk about in a second as well.
So good.
You have like the monsters kind of cracking jokes at you. Usually picking, they're usually as you're walking by, they're kind of commenting about certain things that they can. And so you're going to have, if you're going in there, have an open mind and kind of a thick skin. Right?
Yes, I agree. Okay, going back to the prices of the parties, annual pass holders and eligible Disney Vacation Club members save $10 on parties from August 7th through October 2nd. So, I mean, of course, you're going to want to do what you can to save a buck.
I mean, it's worth it.
That does make me laugh.
I'd spend thousands on DVC just to get that $10 off. It's worth it. Worth it.
Tickets are already on sale. Are there any sold out dates? Do you know?
There actually are. They're August 11th and the 14th. They're both sold out. Oddly enough, the August 7th isn't sold out, which is usually August 7th is generally just filled with lots of influence. Yeah, it's like a lot of media and influencers and stuff. So if you want to go like hang with, the All Ears crowd, October, I mean, it's like all of anybody, a YouTuber, anyone on TikTok, it's like they're all going to be there for that first night because they want to get that first image and video up.
New or at all.
The only other one is obviously, and that kind of always sells out, is October 31st.
Oh yeah, that's a huge one.
Yeah. So and that's where kind of like the range, right? That's the highest is the 229, which is Halloween night.
Right. Now there's 40 party nights this year.
Yeah.
That is the most party nights that they've ever had, right?
I believe
they've definitely found their niche for this particular
party, like I said, it's kind of crazy because it's almost like these party nights are more, or they're either equivalent. I got to look at the actual
like the
ticket
lucrative
pricing, but I think the regular ticket prices, it's like they're comparable to
They
that.
really are, which is a little like shocking. I mean, I went like years ago, like maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, the party price back then was just like chump change. I didn't really like overthink it too much. But now you got to like really think about it,
Yeah, no, it's and it's really like it's evolved. It's like so the party debuted and the Mickey's Not So Scary in 1995. It was a much smaller one night event.
Yeah.
And then it grew into this now season lasting, right? They call it season from August up until Halloween. So it's basically 3 months of parties that they're doing. Obviously Disney in its family friendly nature, right? It barely wants to like admit that it has villains, like kind of created this as like a family friendly event.
Yeah.
As an alternative to all the other things, I gotta look when
Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, Halloween Horror Nights started. But there's there's tons of haunted houses and everything everywhere.
Yeah.
And so that's why they came up with this as like an alternative to it. And you know what? It really did. It was so popular and it grew and now it is the beast, the Halloween churning beast that it is.
Yeah. Oh, wild. So yeah, Halloween Horror Nights began in 1991.
Okay.
And
so there you go.
So yeah, this was definitely the answer to that.
So they were like, well, if Universal's doing it and they're getting a crowd, we need something for the kiddos because they're not going anywhere.
So I guess some of the things, what can you expect, right? We talked about how there's like candy spots and how there's different villains that come out that you don't normally see. And then there's different picture opportunities that are you're not going to have during a regular day.
Yes.
So we can jump into a couple of those things if you want to do that. Here we go. So when you enter into the park, you're given a band, and it's not like your typical like concert band that's like paper or whatever. It's like a nice little silk ribbon. Like I still have mine. Like I wiggled my hand out of my band because it was pretty. And so you have this silk band, and then you are told you can like go. I think you're told where you can go get your bags because they don't give you the bags upon walking in, do they?
Not when you have to walk in. So you kind of, when you're in town square, you go kind past Tony's town square, and then you go like to the right.
Yes.
And it's usually, it's an alleyway that's normally closed, and they just like open it at the end of fireworks as like another way to get out. But in this instance, they have it where it's all, there's a DJ, and they usually have like
there's
people on stilts.
Bubbles.
And sometimes you see Cruella unless it's raining.
Yes.
So they have various villains show up there and like characters. And then there's a bunch of cast members that are handing you bags and usually your first treat of the night.
Right.
Which, everything's like sponsored by Mars or whatever. So it's all like M&Ms and things like that.
You guys, last year we got our bags, and I think we had put all of our bags maybe like in your backpack or something.
Yes.
And then we went and we got more bags.
Well, because the first time through, right, it was we were there like the first crowd, but it was raining
because we got there so early.
So we walked through and Cruella wasn't there. Like there was no villain there, and there was no DJ playing. It was like really sad.
Bubbles. I was like, what's happening?
It was like there's not, but the cast members were there handing out bags and giving you the M&Ms, and so we were like, because what they did was they actually they directed us to Tomorrowland Terrace. Because that was covered. So we went through there, but there was nothing going on.
Right.
So we went back, and then we were like, well, let's go back and see if, because now it stopped raining. We went on some rides.
Right. And we had heard that Cruella was over there. Somebody somewhere said something.
Yeah, from like research and watching, it was enough people. You saw that they have like a platform where she stands above everyone and kind of does her
like heckles
thing.
Everybody.
Yeah. So we wanted to at least go back and just experience it. Abby really wanted to see the bubbles. She really wanted the smoke-filled bubbles.
Those bubbles. If anybody knows where to get them, please do let me know. It's very interesting to me.
So as we went through, again, we really just wanted to like see Cruella. They just like gave us more bags.
They did. Like they just like handed them. We're like,
I was like, all right, I guess we'll take them.
So
I'll take another peanut butter M&M. Yeah,
had a lot of bags. And a lot of,
and
I still like last night, I still had candy from this party.
And we filled them all, and we'll get into that and how you can do that in a second. Keep us going.
So you've gone in, you go through the little tunnel, you apparently see some things down that secret hallway. It's not a hallway, I guess.
Yeah, secret
alleyway.
I'll go along appropriate.
With that. They've got some great statues back there that are like Halloween-esque, which is nice. And different, and I'm always like intrigued by them because they're not there all the time. It's very cool. And once you then get into the park, you're gonna kind of like hang. You've got your bags, you've got your stuff. It's still a little early. The party hasn't started yet. So now this is where you strategize, because the normal day crowd is leaving while you're going in. The wait times are gonna be pretty low.
They are.
So do you want to talk about that strategy?
So generally that 4 to 7 hour, right? Kind of throughout the entire day, even if you're a regular park ticket, it's going to be less crowded, just because people, unless they have a park hopper or they're annual pass holders, like if they're just buying that one park per day ticket, they're not going to use it at Magic Kingdom if it's closing, if they have to be out by 6, right? So they're probably going to be going to another park or not, So you're generally going to find lower wait times throughout the day. We're going to be testing this, by the way, and we're going to report back to you.
Here we go.
On our trip, because it's happening too in a little bit. But yeah, so you now at 4:00, it's really people that are in the know that are there, even if they are park hoppers, annual pass holders, they don't want to deal with more people coming in. So they're like, now we're getting ready to go, right?
Yeah.
So as they're leaving, the other crowds coming in, but it's really low wait times. Like we came in we got our candy bags that we didn't fill up, and we headed over to Adventureland. We did Jungle Cruise, Pirates, and Tiana's in like an hour.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, we did them all in like an hour. So it was like really low lines. Like the special overlays, Space Mountain itself didn't open until like 6:40, like 6:35 is when the overlay switched over. And you could just ask a cast member if you're going there, like, hey, it'll like Space Mountain will still be open to go on, but you just have to wait for the special overlay to happen.
Which is funny. It's just a click of a light.
Yeah, I know. It really is.
Turn off projections. Check.
Yeah. No, it's kind of funny. And then, but and then the other thing to keep an eye on is the hours between 6 and 7. So when the park officially closes and before the party starts, the My Disney Experience app also shuts down, so you don't know like wait times of any rides that are going on, so you just kind of have to like walk around old school style.
Yes. Well, also, and I found this time between 6 and 7 to actually be a little bit we were really out of our element because the party hadn't started yet, so the special party treats weren't available yet that we were kind of actually waiting on. I think that was like our plan. We were like going to the treats, but they weren't ready yet.
Yeah.
And
you're talking about the trick or treat.
No. We went, remember you wanted to try that special ice cream?
It was at Anti-Gravity's. Yeah. We wanted to go there, but
they were very serious about, nope, it's not 7 p.m. We're cleaning up. And they were like literally cleaning the facility and closing it down. They were like
switching, because they have to switch over what they're serving and their menu, the menu items and all that stuff. So we
probably should have utilized that time and like gone on Pirates and gone on Jungle Cruise again and done a couple of things again, which maybe we'll look into that
other rides
this
too.
time.
Yeah.
What other rides? What?
The Little Mermaid, which obviously is frightening.
And we really missed that one last time.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Well, it's like we kept coming up to her like, no, like we'll go on it later, and then later never came.
We're going on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which is always like one of the longer lines.
Yeah, we did that at the end of the night.
Yeah.
And that was like a 20-minute wait, if that.
Right.
Yeah.
So definitely just remember between 6 and 7 is a little like, whoop, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, things will close, but again, you can go on rides or you can kind of hang around and just wait, and then they'll kind of get things started. They'll have like an opening, you hear the announcer come up, and then, everyone's really waiting. The first event, I believe they have the, it's the Hocus. I don't know if they do the Hocus Pocus first.
Spectacular.
Yeah,
I do think that might be how they kick it off. I
forget what they do, but then really everyone's waiting for the first Booty You parade.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah,
which is huge, but it doesn't go till sundown. So
it's 8:15.
That's
usually
a little bit later. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the best spot to sit at the Booty You parade now that we're talking about it a little bit?
So Booty You parade obviously is a big deal.
It's huge.
Yeah, because you're gonna see all your favorite heroes and villains, and all the Fab Five are all gonna be dressed up in their Halloween garb.
And if you're lucky enough, you'll see the Headless Horseman.
Yeah, so the Headless Horseman who comes down first, unless it's raining.
If it's raining, if there's thunderstorms anywhere in the area,
it's a horse.
There's a lot of times that the Headless Horseman doesn't come, so just be aware of that. Don't sell this to your kids saying they're going to see the Headless Horseman. Mistakes have been made.
Yes, and then they're like, "Wait a minute, what? It didn't happen."
So some of the best spots. I thought that the spot we did in Frontierland.
So I think in Frontierland is kind of where it's a recommended spot. So it does start in Frontierland, just like the Festival of Fantasy Parade, and it works its way down, to the hub and then down Main Street. Works, but in Frontierland is where people are less likely to. It's going to be a little less crowded. So if you're a little bit later, you can get a decent spot in there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think it's in front of it's like a I believe it's a DVC.
Yeah, kiosk, but it's really just like it blends in.
It just kind of looks like a a log shed cabin.
So you'll have the little cutoff rope or whatever put right in front. of that area as they're trying to make the lines on the road for
and
where
so
you
it kind of gives you, and it's
go.
a spot, and you could see like right down the street on Frontierland all the way, to like Tiana's. And so you're seeing the parade come the entire time. It's a really good view.
So good.
If you want to watch 2025's parade before the 2026, you go check our YouTube.
It's a really good video.
We got like 50,000 views anyway. The other spot is one that, and it's kind of the same. I was able to finally figure out and capture it during Mickey's Very Merry, which we'll talk about in a second. But it's down on Main Street, right in Town Square. Mm-hmm. So it's like where Main Street and Town Square meet. Yeah, right? The little circle there. There's a place right outside the Emporium. There's a little medallion that if you're walking in the street, you're just looking down for this medallion, and that's going to be the place where they put a stanchion that's going to hold the ropes that cuts off that has the lines, right? Yes. So you're basically standing in the middle of the street. You could just put your toe right on that medallion and you're going to be good, because everyone else is going to be lined up on the sidewalks and they're going to be waiting, and you're going to get this great view of, you're just looking straight at the castle as everything's coming down, and you're going to be able to see everything, and you'll be there, and you could kind of, I still recommend the first party because it's 8:15. There's going to be a lot of kids there still.
Yes.
That you probably really want to get there like 45. I would say by 7:30, you want to get your spot.
Yeah.
You still got to put some time into it because there's only 2 parades. The second one is less busy, but you're in Florida. It's still, the end of summer.
Right.
It could rain again.
Yeah.
And if it rains and they cancel it, then you're kind of out and you're not going to catch that Booty U parade.
So that being said, guys, this is a huge disclaimer. If it's just raining torrential and they cancel this party, technically these are non-refundable tickets. However, what Disney usually does is turn them into regular park tickets that you can use within the next year. Yeah. But it is a major bummer for sure.
Absolutely.
Because then you're out a party that you really, really planned for. So just know Florida is... it's got its love of rain, I guess.
It does.
Or hate of rain. I don't really know. Okay.
We'll go
back to the medallion. I just wanted to make a note that this is where you stood for your Christmas party.
Correct.
Footage, which was phenomenal. Yeah. So awesome.
Yeah, we'll definitely, and as we'll down there, we'll try to get a better camera view of it so we can show you where to stand. And that's, it's not like I just found this.
Stand wherever you want to stand.
Yeah, it really,
we're just giving you
it's just kind of like you're going to be good no matter where you are.
Right.
You could stand and, there's a lot of people sitting on the sidewalks. You could stand over them, grab a nice spot right behind a garbage can, and you're not going to have anybody standing anywhere in front of you. So
I do wish at this point, usually I'm like okay with, obviously I'm okay with Magic Kingdom not having alcohol like in public and things like that. It's only at fancy sit down dinners. But I'm telling you guys, I have like so much anxiety about parking my butt in certain places for these parades because there's always interaction with people, and I always get really nervous about what they're going to say or what they're going to do. So the last one with the Halloween parade, I had great interaction.
Yeah, we had somebody standing behind us. She was very
she was so cool.
Yeah. And that's what the majority of people are, but
you don't. Yeah. I mean, over a Christmas, I know that somebody had approached you and was just like, "Are you videotaping?"
Oh yeah, because I was streaming. Yeah, they were like, and I was like, "All right, I'll go to the other side of the street because I'm just not looking for any problems here."
Right. So there's like certain elements that do make me nervous, and I wish I could just have a little champagne glass and just not care. Right. But I got to put on my big girl attitude. Anyways, back to the parties.
The other thing is the treat trails. We wanted to talk about those, right? And that's where you get the bags. Now they're going to have, I believe there's 8 or 9 of them. I have to check on that. But throughout Magic Kingdom, there are 8 or 9 like trick-or-treat spots. They call them treat trails. And you kind of just walk through various rides that are closed. I wonder what they're going to do now because
the carousel
of progress.
Progress.
I like
it was
that one.
magic to me. Okay, I'm really
that.
upset.
So that was one of them, but now it's closed. So I wonder if they're just anyway. We'll see.
I do wonder.
Yeah, so you could just probably get in line. Outdoors. You'll see these big blow up balloons that kind of show you where they are, and you could just go through there. Even if the line's long, it moves generally pretty fast. Here's our pro tip of the night. If you're like dying for some candy, wait in one, but really just right before, like wait to the end of the night.
I know.
Right? Like after 11, like as it gets closer to 12, get in line then, because the cast members are just there to give out the candy. So they'll start just they'll scoop every candy that they have into your bag and fill your bag then. So if you don't want to like kind of waste your time, because time is precious, there's a lot of things going on. Just wait.
We got stuck in a candy line, and it was I think there were pictures were being taken, like it was in the Princess Fairy Tale Hall.
Well, that was and that was at the end of the night.
And it was at the end of the night, but we got stuck, and it was because I think the candy barrel was empty, and so they were waiting for more candy to come. If you find yourself in that situation, move on. Yeah. It's the same candy.
But I think
everywhere.
it was at the end of the night, so it was like the last. We didn't. That was like our last.
That was the last chance to get the candy.
To get more.
I just remember
those are
really
our second bags.
There. Oh god.
And now one of the things Princess Fairy Tale Hall is pretty cool in that they'll have. As you wait, because usually there's two there's two sides of the princesses where you can get into, so they still have the same thing. But as you're waiting, depending upon the time and whether or not it's like there's a parade starting, they'll have two villains there. It's usually the Evil Queen and Maleficent.
Yeah.
And they're just right there in line, and you could like take pictures with them and all that stuff.
That's cool.
And they're interacting with you. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we want to get into that.
Do that one early.
Sure. Yeah. All right. So let's see. What haven't we covered here?
So we did the Booty You. We did.
There are certain events throughout that we haven't mentioned yet, especially in Stitch's Tomorrowland dance party.
And that's the only new event.
I mean, Stitch was there last year, but this isn't a new event.
Yeah, so Stitch was there as a meet and greet, and now he's going to be moving over to the Rocket Tower Plaza.
Okay.
Where he's going to have his own dedicated...
With Lilo and Angel.
Oh, yeah. No, it's big. And then it's, this whole thing. So usually, I believe last year it was the Zombies, because Zombies 4 just came out.
Okay.
So it was a zombie dance party.
Yes, it really was. That was good.
Yeah, it was good, but it wasn't like it wasn't like Addison and Zed were there from the zombie series.
Well, of course, no.
But they had footage and the songs, and we got into it for a minute, and the kids were like, okay.
But it's cool, and I love watching these dance parties from the People Mover. Yeah, I know that sounds really lame, but getting that kind of bird's eye view of it, you're just like, wow, this is actually very neat. Yeah. I love your note here under Stitch's Tomorrowland dance party. It made me laugh. It says, Disney describes it as an unpredictable, evolving experience throughout the night.
You're just pulling information from Disney Parks blog, that's what you get.
Oh, that made me laugh. Oh, man. All right. So
cool. That's really the only new feature to Mickey's Not So Scary.
Well, so how do you personally feel about that?
So
with these events being so expensive and being unique and closing the park down, and that we're only really given one new experience.
So that's kind of like the big thing, right? And you'll see it. And I remember watching a lot of vlogs last year on YouTube where people were kind of coming up, and you'll see the people that the experienced vloggers and Disney enthusiasts that have been there time and time again. You'll see them like I've seen the fireworks. I don't need to be in the big crowd to see them again. I'd rather go do this, or So I think it's basically playing on two people. It's either playing on someone that hasn't been there and is going there for the first time, and their wonderment, which was what we were last year, or it's just playing into what is kind of like the main customer of the Disney parks is the people that love the nostalgia of it, right? So they know that it's basically going to be the same with little tweaks here and there, but they know what to expect. And, they know that this, the party's going to start at this time, and this is going to happen, and this is going to happen there, in this place, and it's going to, they kind of know the flow, and that's what they like, because that's why we keep returning to the Disney parks, because we like all this stuff that is basically all the same, except for little tweaks here and there throughout the year, and that's why they keep coming back. So I think you're going to hear there's a lot of blowback, because there's no change. And as we get into the other parties, which we're going to talk about soon, there's even less. So,
all right. So let's breeze through other confirmed returns. We've got the Cadaver Dans in Frontierland. This is a total classic. Amazing. Yeah. Don't miss it. Then
and they just kind of perform throughout the night, as well as, and all these characters are in the parades. So they do kind of leave as the parades are getting started.
Yes.
They come back, but you hear them performing throughout the night. And I just remembered something that is confirmed, that is new.
Ooh.
That's not on here.
Oh, what happened, Rob?
So it's over in Adventureland. They normally have a pirate band called the Rusty Cutlasses, and they perform. I forget. I think they were like a rock. They were like a rock band. It was like they were like older gentlemen dressed as pirates. Playing music.
It's coming back to me. Yes.
But so now what I believe is supposed to happen. It's supposed to be Captain Jack is going to be leading a group of marauding pirates around Adventureland. And kind of, I don't know if they're going to be like I think it's going to be like an interacting, event that's going to be like happening throughout the night, sort of thing. So that is something that is new, and they did announce that.
Okay, that's kind of cool. All right, so we talked about the dozen trick-or-treat locations, or more than a dozen.
Okay, it's more than a dozen.
Yeah. And then, and just in case you're shy, we do have to tell you that adults get candy bags too.
They do.
I know that we talked about how we got candy bags and stuff, but I just want to make sure that it's not just for kids.
But adults do know that while you can dress in costume, you cannot cover your face.
Right.
They want everyone to be safe. So, you can wear makeup and stuff, but you can't, they don't want like you wearing a Jason mask or anything. Yeah.
And it's hot. Just keep that in mind. Like, it is not like fall hocus pocus weather at all. Like, it is hot.
We have plans to dress up for ours in certain costumes, and what the kids want or proposing me to wear. I'm like, I don't know about, like, it would require maybe a wig of some sort. I don't know how that's going to work at all. I'm already a sweaty mess just thinking about it. So,
well, we'll reorganize, reimagine. So the confirmed greetings, Jack and Sally, which we talked about, Mickey and Minnie, together in Halloween costumes.
Which is it's very hard to find Mickey and Minnie in a meet and greet together.
Okay.
It only happens kind of over in like Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
They have that one, and I think that might be it. Generally, like, they're all kind of separate.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless you're going to, like, Chef Mickey, but even them, they're not together.
Yeah. Bumblebee Pooh, which is like so cute because they have all of them. Not just they had Piglet and Tigger, and they're all like dressed
Eeyore, up. Yeah, they're all in their costumes.
It's so cute, and you have a picture opportunity with them right outside of the Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. But it's usually a long line.
It's so long,
because
they're so cute.
Yeah, they are, and kids love them, and they're it's nice to get to them, but it is a long line.
Now Ariel and Eric, I didn't know that was a thing. I've gotten pictures with Ariel, but I didn't know Ariel and Eric. That's cool.
Yeah. So, and that's kind of the other part of it is that they do bring a lot of, like, you see Aladdin and Jasmine together, which you normally see them throughout the day, but there's it's escaping me. I can't think of her name. Sleeping Beauty. And,
Aurora.
Yeah, and then her Prince Charming, or is it?
I always get those confused. Prince Charming. I think that's Snow White.
Wow, pretty bad. So you'll see them, but on top of that, you also get to see there's actually like villains roaming. Like you'll see Gaston.
Yes.
Right? You normally do see the evil stepsisters, whatever their names are.
So
I can't
great.
remember.
And the mom comes out too sometimes.
Yes, and then she'll come out, but you'll start to see, I don't think you're going to see Dr. Facilier roaming around, but it's kind of like those like Gaston and those characters that you don't normally see in the parks. You will see them, and that's what kind of Disney they've mentioned, but they didn't list them, is that you will see more villains this year roaming the parks, because it's rare to see them. And they're also trying to get us ready for Villains Land in probably 2 to 3 years from now.
Yeah. So one of the things that's not really out yet is the food and beverage guide, because there are a lot of special treats, as we were talking about. Like the treats didn't start until 7 p.m. And by treats, I mean the specialty treats, right? Then they have like specialty churros or something like that.
And these are all for sale items,
ice cream.
Right? So the trick or treat, the treat trails are all free, but there's still all the most of the dining locations, like quick service dining locations and food carts and kiosks, are open. Should check. They do start closing somewhat early. So, they're not all going to be available. But yes, so they haven't announced them. And there's usually they have like a spooky beignet over in Golden Oak Outpost or something. It was like a ghost beignet. But they have kind of like themed items on their menu in all these locations, cosmic rays, everything.
Yeah. So it's worth it to take a look at that menu before you go.
One thing to note about one more thing about the trick or treat, just in case you do have an allergy of some sort, they do provide allergy friendly alternatives. And what you do, instead of getting candy, you just ask the cast member for, say you have an allergy, they'll give you a token. You take that token and then you go collect it. Later on, there's various spots. I can't remember exactly. I think they're over in Town Square. Okay. I can't remember where. They'll direct you, and you could go and exchange it for allergy-friendly treats.
So fun.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. So because we haven't talked enough about Halloween, it's time to talk about Disney Jollywood Nights. So this is a holiday party, Christmas, I guess, holiday party over at...
Someone would say a Jollywood party.
Jollywood party over at Disney Hollywood Studios from November 7th to January 5th.
So this is a big deal. It's the first time the Jollywood night dates have extended into January.
Oh, my goodness. And so let's see, it's going to add some new characters too. The Muppets and Rock and Roller Coaster to the attraction lineup. Oh, really? Sorry. Can you tell I'm just reading this off the paper and I'm like, oh, that's surprising. Oh, cool. No,
exactly. So the thing, usually that when it was Rock and Roller starring Aerosmith, not sponsored by Haynes anymore, it was closed down for the party. Yeah. They would shut it down, and they were having I don't remember, and I haven't seen it listed here. It was kind of like this Latin dance party that was happening there. Yeah. And it was pretty. I stopped by there. It was pretty fun. It was like night. It was lively and everything. But so they shut down usually the shows. So the was it Villains Unfairly Ever After? I forget. I always get the name of that show wrong. That's closed. Okay. And the Aerosmith, the Rock and Roller Coaster was closed. But now they're saying that Rock and Roller Coaster with the Muppets is going to be open because it's so brand new.
It's new.
So maybe that dance party is going to get moved somehow, or maybe that's going to be back where the villain show is. But it's going to cause a little bit of confusion.
Toss up.
And so that is going to be open and new because the Muppets are kind of like, a big deal for the holidays.
Yeah, they really are, because they have like a whole show all about it. It's like their Muppets are going to take over Jollywood Nights. So this is definitely a more exclusive event. They only have 15 event nights. And again, we said how January is coming it's overflowed into January, which is really cool.
You will see lots of kids. There will be kids there, but this is definitely more adult targeted.
Yeah. Tickets are hurting my eyes.
$169 to $199
per person. Plus tax.
Yes, children. If you do have a child, it saves $10.
Yeah,
it's like having a DVC member in your pocket.
definitely a DVC memory. That's funny. It's definitely a little more pricey, but I think it's because it's supposed to give a little bit more of an elegant feel. This party is 7:30 to 12:30 a.m. And you can enter the park at 5:30 p.m.
Yeah, so it's the same kind of thing, same kind of setup as the what we just described at Hollywood with Mickey's Not So Scary. It's just that it's a little bit later that you get to go in.
Regular guests get to get booted out.
Yeah, and you'll see like the lower ride times and all that.
Now tell me, because I didn't get to go to Jollywood Nights, but Rob did.
Well,
did you get a wristband for this? How did they? Oh, okay. And what did that look like?
I believe it was the same sort of thing.
Oh, like a ribbon wristband. Yeah. Okay.
I think so. I think I got them somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. So we got it somewhere. Yeah. So they kind of hand that, and they do the same. It's kind of the same setup. So you you get in, and then you go off to the right instead of walking down Hollywood Boulevard. You know, they guide you off to the right. There's a chance to get your photo taken. And that brings me to my first big perk of Jollywood Nights is that it's all your photo downloads are all free that night. So once you get into the party and you buy your ticket, all the digital downloads of any photo pass picture that is taken is free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which it's like, come on, Disney, why aren't the other places? They're like, because we know we could still get you to pay.
I know.
If you want your Jack and Sally photo.
The increased, ticket price here kind of factors that in.
Yes.
And we got the best photos of Rob from this. They were my favorite, honestly.
I'm not one for really meet and greets, right? Because I'm, it's just I find it a little awkward. But I was like, you know what? I'll go in and do some things where I can. Yes.
He did a good job. Okay, so again, like he said, the DVC, having the DVC member in your pocket, DVC gets $10 off on their tickets. So it's Christmas in July. July 16th is the official date for everybody to be able to purchase these tickets. But if you have like a resort reservation, select resort guests, they receive the early access of July 9th. So they are already on sale. They're already being sold. Our agents are already, I see them coming through, which is pretty great.
Nice.
So, okay, let's keep going. We talked about how January has some of those dates.
Yeah.
I was kind of like hoping that they would do like this epic New Year's Eve thing there, but I guess they're not doing that yet, huh?
No, it would be nice, right, to have like kind of a toast. And,
it seems like it's a Jollywood Nights.
I think everyone would be trying to get on the Tower of Terror for midnight, right? They're like as it's like dropping.
I didn't even think of that. I would totally want to do that. Yes. All right, so this has more than 20 unique character experiences.
Yeah.
And as we talked about a little bit, the Muppets are taking over pretty much. All right, tell us about the returning entertainment.
So we got Disney's Holiday in Hollywood, which is over in the Beauty and the Beast Theater. That stars the Muppets, and that's kind of like an old school style
like TV
variety show, right?
Yes,
but it's kind of like there's music and dancing, and there's like the Muppets doing their kind of, their shtick, I guess, as they will, Miss Piggy and Kermit and stuff. It was a very fun show, very good show. Definitely worth checking out. Wait in line. There's multiple shows throughout the night. You have What's This, which is over in the Frozen Ever After, or for the first time in forever, theater.
Yep.
And so they have, it's basically a shortened kind of story. It's told through sing-along of The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's like two kids that have just like woken up. It's adults, but they're playing children. And then they have a really cool Jack Skellington puppet that comes out. Like really tall puppet comes out and kind of appears, a couple of times. But, everyone's there, Oogie Boogie, and you could sing along and stuff. Again, I was down there. You could watch all of it on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
Just of note, did fall asleep during it. So if you see the camera kind of going on, it was a long night.
This was a really long night. And I was here watching through the whole thing, which I really enjoyed watching him do all this stuff through the whole thing and being in the comfort of my own home. But I would fall asleep and then I'd like wake up and see that he had fallen asleep like on the live, and I'd be like, wait, what are you doing? And
I was fine. It was like comfortable. I was kind of like, there was room. It just, I was like, all right, I'm going down for a little bit.
Yeah.
They have Glisten, which is in front of the Chinese theater, right?
Which is the ice skating,
the ice
right?
skating. Yeah,
which is still boggles me. I'm just like, wait,
so
what do you
it's
mean?
it's not actually, it's not ice, right? It's just that they're skating on this like kind of very smooth plastic. And it's interesting watching the cast members, the crew that kind of comes in and prepares it. And it's like covered up until the event starts because you don't want to get any debris on it or anything. And then just like kind of seeing it, you could get up, right up. You could walk up to the stage. Like I believe I touched it. Like it's really that close. But it is just like slippery and smooth. And so that just kind of, it has these group of skaters come out and do their routines, and then there's usually one that's a skating and singing, and she's belting out the holiday hits that you can get out there, and she's really belting them. It's very loud, like it's really just like I'm appreciative of what they're doing, but it's like the area's kind of small, so it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there. It happens a couple of times a night. You could kind of just come up at any time. And usually you get a pretty good spot. You just like, even if you just usually up front, it's like, and they allow you to, they have like this roped off area where you just, if you walk in, you can sit.
Yeah.
But everyone else, if you stand back, you could just stand. And if you just kind of like go off to the sides, there's usually no one there. So you can stand on the side and watch it. It's worth seeing, You're there for a reason. Get in there. There's no. I mean, I guess there is like a fireworks show in Hollywood studios that is very underwhelming. Other than Fantasmic, but right. So what the one they have here is called Jingle Bell Jingle Bam. You got to say it like that. You got to emphasize the
you
bam.
Can't say it any other way.
Yeah. And so that's just, again, it's a projection show that has fireworks as well. It has the little elves from Prep and Landing. There's a storyline. I couldn't tell you what was happening there. It was just things going on.
What?
But people come and watch it. You could get a spot relatively easy. Don't get too hung up on it. If you don't, you'll be all right. And yeah, I think there's the Twilight Soiree at the Tip Top Club, which is over at.
I really enjoyed
the Tower
seeing
of Terror.
This, yes,
that's the thing that Abby would appreciate the most. And what you'll see there is there are a lot of adults dressed up in like, they'll be dressed in like nicer gowns or gentlemen like, kind of like suspenders and then like suits and maybe a zoot suit. You might see something like that up there. But they have the like a lounge singer. She comes out and sings, and she has a band behind her. Didn't she try
to get you to dance with her at some point, or was that in the Latin?
I think that was
that was probably the Latin.
Yeah, but so they do have like they have two dancers come out, and they're supposed to be like they're from the Tower of Terror.
Yes.
And they have like
so
cool. And they come and do their own dance. And it's funny, before the show starts, they have the maid and a butler that are ghosts from the Tower of Terror, and they're like wearing like the Tower of Terror garb, and they're in full character, just like kind of like, oh yeah, don't go up to room, don't go up to this room, stay out of that. They'll be like, take the stairs, it's safer, like things like that, and they kind of play that shtick. So that's also fun as well.
That's awesome.
They do have the Pixar disco, where you could dance with Pixar characters like Mike Wazowski over at Pixar Plaza. I, for some reason, can never find this. I always get confused on where it was.
Okay.
And I went the exact wrong way. I was like, wait a minute, Pixar Plaza, I know where this is. Nope, I didn't know where it was.
That's great.
Yes, yeah.
I'm sorry that happened, though.
And then they have like the Hollywood Brown Derby has the Jazzy Holidays.
Yes.
Which is just, it's like you make a reservation there, and they have like a jazz band playing.
So I have a few comments about this. Really, it looked like a really fun event to go to. Just a little warning that if you have a gluten allergy, you can't pick from like the regular menus at all.
Yeah.
So the only choice last year, I should say, for a gluten issue was shrimp. And if you don't eat shrimp, then you ain't eaten. So that was kind of a tough thing for some of our goers of this party event.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So just double check.
So for this event, there's really no there's not like a treat trail or like anything free that they're giving out. It's more about they do have special limited menus at the quick service places. A lot of I think other than the Brown Derby, I don't think any of the table service restaurants are open.
Right.
But you could go to the quick service, and they have various things themed towards the season. I know I had a nice cocktail over on Sunset Boulevard that I enjoyed. It was something with whiskey in it. I needed it. Oof.
I know, you were working so hard.
I had a lot of tech stuff going on that night, so it was interesting. Not all the rides are open, but you will have Rock and Roller Coaster, Rise of Resistance, Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run, Star Tours, Tower of Terror, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Slinky Dog Dash, Alien Swirling Saucers, Toy Story Mania.
Toy Story.
It's really cool. I think Toy Story, walking through Toy Story Land at night with the decorations they have up for the Jollywood Nights is really cool. It's it's nice seeing that. It's to be able to go through and walk through there.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Next time. All right. So can you tell us, was this like out of the three parties? And I know it's probably not fair to ask because we haven't talked for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party yet.
For me, it would probably be the one that I would skip.
Okay.
If, they were like, hey, you could only choose two.
Yeah. Okay.
I probably would this one. And that's tough for me to say, just being that Galaxy's Edge is there.
Yeah.
They do have, the big thing that for them is the character meet and greets. They're all over the place. They're like everywhere.
You were so successful on character meet and greets that night.
Galaxy Edge, yes. And I walked out and saw Chewie in his life robes. There was a long line to meet him, but he walked up right by me.
Yeah.
And I just they're getting footage of him, and I felt like I was meeting him basically.
Right. Yeah.
Then I went over and met Grogu and Mandalorian, and that was fun. But everywhere you go, every little corner or nook or cranny, there's a character with a meet and greet line. They had Lotso, which was one of travel specialist Dylan kept asking me to meet over in Toy Story Land. I think the big one was
Lotso.
What was his name? Bing Bong from
Inside Out.
Inside Out.
Yeah.
So he was the new one, but they keep adding characters like that, and he had a long line of Bing Bong. It was crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
But you'll see Scrooge McDuck, and there's all these people dressed up in their kind of.
They brought back Scrooge. That's awesome.
Yeah. You can see Frozone. You could dance with Mike Wazowski, and come on.
All right, so we're still waiting on the full food and drink menu and merchandise. That's a big one. It'll come out soon enough, but I would say get your tickets for this or think about when you want to go because, again, only 15 dates. It's one of the parties with the least amount of dates.
And even if you're going there and you don't want to attend all these things, just walking around Echo Lake with seeing Santa Gertie.
Yeah.
And the Christmas trees and the presents. I could have stayed there for 3 hours and just hung out.
Enjoyed it. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. Well, that gets us into Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. I feel like we've gone around the globe. Now we're back at Magic Kingdom, and this starts on November 8th because they have to have a pretty quick turnaround between taking down Halloween and getting up Christmas. Mm-hmm. It starts on November 8th, goes till December 22nd. But that's just the evening parties, right? A lot of these party elements come to the day during Christmas week, but not all. So, sadly, Disney has not announced any major new productions for 2026 Christmas party. Look, I'm going to make so many mistakes during this one. So they're just focusing on what has what they've already promised.
Yeah.
Which is the regular parades and fireworks
and so on and so forth. And it's another one where it's just kind of like people are kind of like, I'm going there because I will like it. I like going there.
This is what we do with our family for Christmas.
And like I said, there's going to be little tweaks, but you're mostly going to get the same stuff that you see on a regular, if you've attended the parties in previous years.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's going to be 25 party nights. That's a lot. And I like the kind of play on the 25 nights.
Yeah, there you go.
Tickets for this.
They start at
$189.
Oh man!
And go up to $229
and they
per
have
person
gone up.
plus tax.
They've increased this year.
So again, a little DVC in your pocket, which is a child from age 3 to 9, you can save $10. Or if you're an actual DVC member, you can save $10 just on select nights. So just be aware.
Because during Thanksgiving's a very busy week. So if you try to go during Thanksgiving week,
it's definitely blacked out for DVC members. All right. Party hours, 7 p.m. to midnight, and ticket holders may enter at 4 p.m. So
same
exactly
thing as we described as Hollywood, the Mickey's Not So Scary.
And those general ticket sales, July 16th, just like Jollywood Studios. So Christmas in July. And
Jollywood Studios, that's a new name. I like it.
Oh, see, I'm getting loopy, man. I'm sorry.
It's the holidays. It does it to her every year.
And then the select resort guests they should be booking now. It start on July 9th.
Yes.
So what do we got going on here? Again, this was one that I have not attended since I was a child, but Rob went last year. Yeah,
and I did. Again, you could see the full stream on our YouTube. I really enjoyed this. It was instead of having treat trails, you get cookie stops.
Yes.
There's all different spots throughout Magic Kingdom where they're giving away individually wrapped cookies by a company whose name I can't remember, but the ones I tasted were all pretty good.
Yes, and you get an ornament on your way.
And you get an ornament on your way. It's the same sort of thing. You go through that same alley.
Jollywood Nights, you got an ornament too.
Jollywood Nights, you did get an ornament. Yes. And the one thing that we generally don't tend to talk about is there's all exclusive merchandise at all these events that you could only get there during the party hours. And usually the first night, that's where everyone's coming in and trying to get them and sell them on eBay.
Yeah. So now they've gotten into the whole limited amount
you're limited to one
person
and stuff like that. I'm sure people have figured out ways around that.
But, for sure.
So that's now. So now everything. Yeah, there are candy canes and there's Christmas trees everywhere, and it really is. How can it make Magic Kingdom the most magical park in all the land even more magical? Is you could put it in the middle of a holiday, right, and add more twinkling lights
and Snope.
I
mean, you can't go wrong with a little soapy snow.
So we
falling
have
from the sky.
The returning favorites, right? Because there's nothing new that's been announced. You got Mickey's Once Upon a Time Christmas Parade, Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade, right? And it takes place. It's very similar in format to the Boo-to-You Parade. Same sort of thing. Same special spots. Frontierland's very good to see it. If you want to get there a little later or not, otherwise you could go find that medallion or line up around Main Street. Same thing, 8:15. The first parade, you want to line up about 45 minutes. I think the second one, you could probably line up about 30 minutes prior and get a good spot. So, maybe a little less than that. There's 2 parades every night. They also have Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time Fireworks, which it's a new projection show and fireworks set up. They're a very good fireworks show.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Getting back to just for the second, the Christmas Time Parade, kind of the highlight of the parade are the wooden soldiers, I think.
Oh, they're incredible. The wooden soldiers are so interesting in the fact that they can kind of keep they're not tapping, but they have their feet
as they march,
in
you
rhythm,
hear the wood.
And it's just incredible. Again, the talent
how they can even see. I don't know how those people can see.
Incredible. It's incredible. And that is what we are paying for. And that's what we can't forget is that these are trained professionals. And we are so excited to see them. So.
And you're going to see all your favorites. You're going to see Reindeer and Gingerbread Man and you know, all the Fab Five are going to be dressed up. But then they're going to have even more princesses and really these unique floats and everything coming through. It's really worth seeing. And on top of the fact is, if you are on Main Street, this is kind of like where I would say you'd want to get a Main Street spot because they do have the Snope.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what they call it. It's the soap that they shoot that looks like snow, but they call it Snope, or somebody coined that phrase. Yeah. And you can see this like snow-looking stuff falling on Main Street. It really makes it even more magical. The Christmas time fireworks also the same. They do actually shoot Snope during the fireworks as well. It's very easy. The fireworks, I'd say you could I think I got there like 10 minutes before the show started and got a good spot and was able to set up like a tripod. So
yeah, you
could kind of sneak in anywhere like kind of towards the hub or maybe further back at Main Street. And then as soon as that's done, right, because that was like at 9 o'clock, there was another parade. You kind of just turn around and go pick your spot on Main Street. Because people are walking past here because they're leaving now because they've seen it all, and you could get a good spot for the second parade. Pro tip. Look for the medallion.
Fantastic.
They have Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration, which is kind of a quick kind of show that comes up. It has like the bigger characters, and they're just singing like holiday hits, and you know they have I forget what's the cow's name. It's
Maribel.
Maribel. So she comes out, and so she's supposed to be like, she's singing "All I Want for Christmas." So they call her Mariah Carey. So yes, that's what you're in for.
I wonder how Mariah Carey feels about that, though.
Yeah, no comment there. There is the Frozen holiday surprise with Elsa, Anna, Olaf, and Kristoff, and the Snowgies, of course, are there. That's fun. And so they're, Elsa's swinging her hands and making snow fall. It's a good time. That happens a couple of times a night. There's a Christmas carnival over in Storybook Circus. There's Club Tinsel.
Oh yeah,
which is the dance party that's happening there.
Yep.
And that's instead of Stitch being there, it's just kind of. They didn't announce who's going to be. I can't remember who was there last year. It was, I think it was Chip and Dale.
Okay.
I think it was like Chip and Dale dancing, and they have like dancers that come out and try to get you into it. And another DJ. Yeah, and that's like I said. So they have the cookies as well as cookies. You also get usually a beverage, either a hot or cold beverage. Which I know you're like, even though it's November, December. It's still somewhat
toasty sometimes, especially if you're hustling around.
I don't know if you really want the hot chocolate. I think I was fine, though. I appreciate it all. Pro tip, same thing as the treat trails. Go at the end of the night, and they will load up whatever. You don't get an actual bag, but they will load up whatever you're bringing with you with cookies.
So you have to watch the YouTube video of at the end of the night when Rob opens up his backpack. And the lady just stuffs these red velvet cookies in there. So dude, we ate them for weeks.
They were chocolate red velvet cookies. And I had to stop her. So I was like, it was too many. It was too many. And she would have just kept going.
Oh, but she was delighted to do it. And like that made me smile too. Yeah. That she was just like, absolutely. I will send you home right. Very cute. Very good. So yeah, you don't get a bag to put your cookies in. Obviously, they think you're just eating the cookies at each place.
Yeah.
So
yes.
So yeah.
But it's definitely worth checking them out. They're all over the park. Just to try to find your favorite one, then you go back at the end of the night and load up. Get ready for the holidays. They do have attraction overlays against Space Mountain. There's like holiday music, and Tomorrowland Speedway is actually like lit up. It has like a lot of Christmas lights
and all around the track.
Yeah,
right?
Which is like they have to find some way to make that ride appealing. The Mad Tea Party again has an overlay. It's just kind of the same thing. It's more about the lighting than anything else. The attraction Monsters Inc. Laugh 4, same thing as we described for Not So Scary. the one attraction that is done and it goes all day is they change it over just for the season. It's called the Jungle Cruise turns into the Jingle Cruise.
Yes.
Right. So they do line, like the boats all have Christmas lights, and it's just like a holiday overlay throughout the river. Except in the dark tunnel, that still stays the same. But it's basically all the same stuff. The characters, the skips, kind of they have new jokes now. It's a lot of holiday humor, so it's a lot about who am I bringing home to the family. It's like that sort of thing, and good time.
Yeah, I love the Jingle Cruise.
Yeah.
I love that. So I love that you did little history and interesting facts about this party. The Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, it began way back in 1983, before I was born. Finally, I feel like a baby.
Well, you're only 26.
And it was a one-night event and expanded across November and December now. The parades and marching toy soldiers came in. It says they predate the ticketed party.
Yeah,
they used to. Yes, actually, I remember seeing old footage of this, and it says here that like it was all the way back in the 1970s, like when they were opening the park. I think that's so interesting. They've really had to evolve the toy soldiers to be a part of the time. So Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade debuted in 2007, not too long ago. Although I guess it kind of is long ago, but in my mind,
Almost 20 years.
And then Holiday Wishes served as the party fireworks from 2005 to 2018, and then transitioned over to Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time Fireworks, which debuted in 2019. So the traditional party did not operate in 2020 to 2021, obviously, which makes me sad. Every time I calculate how many times the kids have been to Disney and then I have to subtract that year, I get a little blue about it. I'm like, and then we missed 2020.
But then you gained me.
Yeah, that's true. And went in 2021. And then it all returned in 2022.
Yeah.
So good. I love that they brought it back strong. Now it's more than 4 decades old. Can you believe that? So 25 nights that you could go to this party. And we're still waiting again on all the fabulous food lists. This is a really huge thing for the Disney nerds like us. We like to follow the food guides that come out.
Yeah, we're going to try them all.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to be there for the holiday parties, but we'll see.
Well, how are you feeling about the pricing on all of this? Is it hurting you, or can you justify it?
It's a lot. The Very Merry Christmas Party least expensive is $70 above the Not So Scary lowest price ticket.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. I don't know if
it's during an expensive time of year to travel if you're not local.
And it's like, is it worth it?
Yeah. But
it's definitely, it's great. It's magical. I think it's worth, obviously we all have our levels of Disneydom that we subscribe to. I think it's worth, even if you're just like a casual Disney person, seeing once, if you're a fan of it at all, or if you're a fan of the holidays. It's also very magical, even though you're in the heat of Florida. The possible heat of Florida. But it's less likely to rain in November and December.
That's true.
So, and it's less tropical, and I think I did get at one point, it just felt I was no longer hot, and I was like, I'm just comfortable.
Yeah. No, but we had a wild experience at Mickey's Not So Scary last year where it was actually cool. It was a weird cool down.
It rained, and then it got cool.
Yeah.
And it was comfortable.
It was so comfortable. I was like, wow, is this what it's always like at this time of year?
Yeah.
And it's not. It was rare.
So I think, for a ticketed event, it is a lot of money. But going to Disney ticket alone is a lot of money. But being able to see these exclusive events and get exclusive food and exclusive entertainment, exclusive, I think it's worth it.
Yeah. Well, then here's like the other side of the questions. Would a guest who like really prioritizes rides be better served by a party or just a regular park day?
Yeah, it's tough again because usually on those days, Magic Kingdom is less crowded. Same kind of goes for Hollywood Studios. Not everyone's getting park hoppers, so they're choosing not to go to these places. See, I'm kind of like to the person where I want to see, like, I'm already trying to set up the kids that we're going to see both parades. Like I want to, like, because I'm like, you're there all the time. So you want to, if you're there for the party, it's not so much about getting on the rides. So I would say try to get on the rides between 4 and 7.
Okay.
And then kind of do the party stuff that you are, make your priorities, hit up the stuff that you want to do. Maybe at the end, right? Maybe you don't need to watch the third Frozen show or, the Sanderson sisters. You've already seen them sing once. So you could that's a good time to go on the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Tron's also open too, right? But even though that was like a busy time and, go check it out. The other thing that we forgot to mention about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is that the Haunted Mansion, while it doesn't have an overlay, it does have in the queue, it has this ghost, one of the 999 happy haunts, named Miss Carlotta. She's out in the queue. She's usually sitting in a grave. Sometimes her butler is with her. And she's usually like cracking jokes and having a good time, and she's worth checking out as well. So I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
To go and attend all these things.
Yeah. Even if you're a ride fanatic.
Yeah. I think it's just to take a break, and you can go on some rides, but you should definitely check out the entertainment and the treats and try out some food that you can't get any other time of year.
I love it. Well, I think this was a pretty huge deep dive into all the holiday parties that are coming up.
And we're not going to talk about them again for the rest of the year.
We definitely are. But for right now, I'm going to say that's a wrap for today. The Disney Hour Express is leaving the station, and until next time,
choo-choo.
From our family to yours, thanks for riding along.
Choo-choo.
Been a Family Travel Planner production.